Some states are stepping up, offering help to SNAP recipients in their states. I'm going to go through the list and tell you what each state is offering SNAP recipients in their state. Now, the USDA announced that they are not going to reimburse any state who uses state funds to help SNAP recipients in their states. The Trump administration confirmed they are not going to dip into the $5 billion contingency fund to benefit the SNAP program whatsoever. So nobody will be receiving SNAP benefits from the federal government in November. Mike Johnson is not going to bring the House back into session to vote on the SNAP bill or the WIC bill to fund those two programs for November either. I'll get through this as quickly as possible. This might be a little long. Save it in case you don't have the time to watch it all or need to go back to this video for the resources. Share it so that as many people can get this information as possible and they know what to do. There are a lot of people that are going to suffer in a few days. We all have to band together and help each other out here. Now, first of all, go to feedingamerica.org. Feedingamerica.org, scroll down, click on your state, and you can locate food banks and food resources in your state. If you have any trouble with that, message me. I will help you find local resources. I'll do my best and find food banks or whatever that are local to you if you want to share the town or county in which you live. Now let's get through these. Number one, Virginia is stepping up the most for their SNAP recipients. Virginia declared a state of emergency. Governor Glenn Youngkin announced that they are going to have a state-funded replacement food program for SNAP recipients beginning November 3rd. Now, Virginia residents who currently receive SNAP benefits can utilize the VENA program. VENA is Virginia Emergency Nutrition Assistance Program. The state of Virginia will be sending money to SNAP beneficiaries' EBT cards starting November 3rd. VENA's payments will be deposited on EBT cards on a weekly basis every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. They're going to use the same system that the federal program uses, that the SNAP program uses. So individuals in Virginia who receive SNAP benefits on the 3rd of the month will receive benefits on Mondays. Individuals who receive SNAP benefits on the 4th of the month will receive benefits on Wednesdays. Those who receive SNAP benefits on the 7th of the month will receive the VENA benefits on their EBT cards on Fridays. This is going to be a weekly deposit onto your EBT cards from the state of Virginia VENA program. Now, the Virginia governor said that this is going to cost about $37.5 million that will be allocated each week to the 850,000 SNAP recipients in Virginia. The governor is also directed $1 million to the state's network of food banks to offer additional help to those individuals who need food assistance in the state of Virginia. The governor did say that he's hoping the government will reopen before the end of November because Virginia only has enough money to do this for their recipients for November. Now, Louisiana has also confirmed that they'll use state funds to continue paying SNAP benefits only until November 4th. Governor Jeff Landry declared a state of emergency and requested funds to pay SNAP benefits from October 24th to November 4th, and that's it. California Governor Gavin Newsom has confirmed the state is fast-tracking $80 million in funds for food banks, and the California National Guard will be made available to distribute food to those in need. Colorado's Governor Jared Polis confirmed he's requesting the state legislature to use $10 million from the state's general fund to support food banks. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and New Mexico's Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham have confirmed similar plans in their states to fund food banks. New York Governor Kathy Hochul said $30 million in state funds will be used to support over 16 million meals, but we're unclear as to what that even looks like because she did not go into further detail. As it stands, those are the only states that have stepped up as of today, with Virginia really stepping up and actually funding SNAP recipients' EBT cards. Now, if you need any help, like I said, go to feedingamerica.org And you can scroll down and locate food banks in your area. If you need additional help locating food assistance in your area, food banks, churches, contact schools. They often had food pantries. Shoot me a message. I will help you out to the best of my ability. And I'm going to dedicate the next 4 days into November to do that. So feel free to reach out. Please like, follow, and share so that I can continue to provide you with content. I really appreciate you being here.
Hi amazing people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sandavaz. In today's edition, we're going to be talking about the rising economic hardship and the cry for SNAP benefit as it concerns so many Americans. If it's the first time of coming here, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like, share, turn on your notification bell, and also drop your comments in the comment section. Don't forget this video is for educational purposes and not to lash on anyone. Credit belongs to the rightful owners of the clips and stitches that will be attached to this video. With that being said, let's dive into it.
So everyone crying about EBT and SNAP being cut off. You finally see how communism doesn't work? You know, when you rely on the government to feed you, you see how easy it is for them to just cut you off and starve you? You see it now, right? So now you see how government-run grocery stores would actually be a detriment to society, right? So you guys would never vote for the guy running on government-funded grocery stores, right, New York? Right? Communism never works, kids. It never works.
Talk about what happens when SNAP benefits stop getting paid because it's worse than you think. Please don't panic, we are how we get each other through this. SNAP benefits as a program are designed to make sure that people who are food insecure are able to get access to food anyway. The majority of people on SNAP are working people who work full 9-to-5 jobs and still cannot afford food. SNAP helps them make those ends meet. But that's not all SNAP does. Because what SNAP benefits are, generally speaking, are food subsidies that the government pays. Because it isn't just people on food stamps who rely on SNAP. Something like 25 to 31% of Walmart's total annual revenue is subsidies from SNAP benefits. Grocery stores like Meijer and Kroger and Food Lion, they are all subsidized by SNAP benefits as well. And what that does is it keeps the cost of food at these subsidized grocery stores way lower than it would be without those subsidies. Can you guess what time of the year the largest percent of a grocery store's revenue comes from SNAP benefits? It's November to January, which means that right now, the time of the year that not just people, but grocery stores rely on SNAP benefits subsidies the most, they don't exist. This isn't just people getting kicked off of food stamps. This is the cost of groceries going up another 25 to 50% and staying there. This is grocery stores being forced to close down rural locations and leave those communities without access to food for miles. This is all the big name grocery stores firing somewhere upwards of 50% of their in-store workforce rather than take the hit to their profits. That's millions more people losing their jobs. These things, they end up in a death spiral because the more desperate people get, the less people are working, the higher the cost of groceries will go, especially now that there's no SNAP benefit subsidies to keep those costs down. SNAP benefits aren't paid for a month or longer, you're going to see the complete collapse of the consumer economy. Following that, very likely the collapse of the dollar bill itself. People look at SNAP benefits and think it's only food stamps, but it is literally a cornerstone of our functioning American economy. It is what keeps food accessibility in the United States afloat. You think it's not going to affect you because you're a big, strong, red-blooded American who works in a town 20 miles away from everything else? That's not going to help you when your local mom-and-pop grocery store is forced to close because they're no longer being subsidized by SNAP benefits, and the remaining grocery stores that are closest to you have their costs go up 25 to 50%. This is going to affect everyone. Now is the time, no matter where your community is, to start building up a network that makes sure food gets distributed to the people who need it. Start talking with your local food pantries, with your local soup kitchens. Get involved with organizations who try to make sure that those at a financial disadvantage have access to food. Or yet just ask around your neighborhood. Are you okay? Do you have enough food? Okay, thank you. Or what do you need? It is quite literally how we get through this, and it is so easy to reach out to people. And easier still to build a network.
Y'all want some fucked up news? Well, your boy up top said there will be no SNAP benefits for November. He just posted on Truth Social that no SNAP benefits should be released or will be released until the government is opened again. Now, I don't know if he's talking out the side of his fucking neck, but he will be defying a court order. He's holding the American people's stomachs hostage. Imagine being that petty and knowing that there is $6 billion in currency waiting to be used for this exact moment, and you don't want to give it up. Now, SNAP beneficiaries were supposed to receive at least 50% of their SNAP benefits this month. And that was because they did not have the full $9 billion to fund it. But now he's talking about not giving nobody shit. On top of that, he told grocery store chains that you will not be giving discounts to anybody on SNAP because these grocery store chains knew that SNAP benefits was not being fully provided this month. They want to give them a discount. And Tupe Fiasco made it very fucking clear, if y'all give discounts to SNAP benefits, then you won't be able to use that shit ever again in your stores. At this point, he is using the American people for political gain and to also raise our Medicaid premiums. So here's the deal. Either you eat or you go to the doctors. Which one will you pick?
It's really bad.
Danielle Grant is starving.
You know, I'm trying to see if I can get some food because we literally don't have anything to eat today or tomorrow. So we're going to try to make ends meet, and we can.
Desperate for food, nowhere to go. Grant and many others got to the Hope Line today just to make an appointment to come back later in the week for food. Resources are slim, leaving 40% of Bronxites without money to feed themselves. Some still in shock.
You heard things before, but it's like, they're not going to let people starve. That's ridiculous, you know, but it's like, no, that's literally like what's happening.
We hope the food pantries maintain open, because if they don't stay open, I really don't know what we're going to do next.
We asked people their reaction to hearing that the Trump administration will partially fund the SNAP program. People say it's not going to do much. They have families to feed and already struggled at the end of every month when they were receiving the full amount.
Wow, not enough. At least there's something to hold on, but I think everybody's going to have to get a second job.
It doesn't really last the whole month, you know, probably like 2 or 3 weeks, and then by the last week you got to scramble to find, you know, things.
This couple has 4 kids. The mom says pantries aren't always reliable.
They have limited supply, or by the time we get to the front of the line, then it's really nothing there. So it's hard.
She says she's holding on to faith. Meanwhile, others are worried hunger will drive crime rates up. We don't know how much money will be reloaded onto people's cards and when that will be. In Longwood, Lindsay Tanney, News
7.8 billion a month is all I needed to hear. Keep the fucking government closed. I'm cool with it. Did you know that $7.8 billion is what they spend a month on SNAP benefits, and over 70% of SNAP recipients are not even legal American citizens? So our taxpayers are going to pay for the SNAP benefits, which is making them morbidly obese, which is making them need health care, which we're paying for their free health care, and then the cycle just continues and continues and continues. No thank you. So you want us to approve health care now, free, for illegal immigrants, when over 70% of SNAP benefits are going to illegal immigrants at the rate of almost $8 billion a month. No, thank you. I stand 10 toes down. I hate the fact that the military is not getting paid. I hate the fact that government workers are not getting paid. But guess what? If we continue to allow this, they will continue to take advantage of it. Here in my home state, there are illegal immigrants going to their congressmen telling them we cannot afford to live or stay in the United States without government assistance. But I thought illegals were not getting government assistance. Isn't that what they tried to lie to us and tell us? I thought they told us that they were not receiving health care benefits. Oh, but yes, they are. And now you have them at our boards choosing or acting like they are respecting our law and the way that our system works here now all of a sudden when their benefits get cut. Yeah, no, I'm good. Keep it closed. Keep it closed.
My kids have not eaten in 5 days. It is the taxpayer's responsibility to take care of my kids.
Trump done cut them food stamps off.
If you're poor, don't have kids, okay? If you're struggling, don't have kids. Don't bring more in. If you already have them, that's another situation. If you don't have them, don't bring any in. And if you have 2, don't go having another one. If you have 1, don't go having 2 more.
So they say 2 million is getting cut off this month for the scamps. I'm about to go find out if I'm in that number, in that ratio.
It's been day 5 and I have not received no food stamps. My disability checks is on hold. My cash benefits is not coming no more. They're still pending. It is the taxpayer's job to pay for my kids to eat and for my kids to be taken care of. I have over 2,000 followers on TikTok and I can't get not one person to send me 50 cents. If you're watching a fucking video and you can't send me nothing, I'm blocking you.
You know, people are out here scrambling, asking, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Take your butt to work. Let's get into this video.
They did it. They took away SNAP benefits. I get SNAP every month for me and my son. I get $550 a month in SNAP. I called my EBT card yesterday and I got an automated message from the government that's like, SNAP benefits are no longer available. They will be shut down in November. And I was like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of like misinformation going on, but this is like real information. Like my card really said, nah, you ain't getting $550 next month or probably the month after that. So if you know me and you've been following me, you know that I am in school and I work 2 jobs. It's I do like Instacart and Uber when I can so that it fits my schedule for me being a mother and me being in school. I'm going to stenography school. The only reason I'm able to go to school and afford school is because of FAFSA and student loans. I'm shocked. I'm like, they really did that. And right now my kid is sick. He has a fever and we have Medi-Cal, and thank God they haven't taken away Medi-Cal because he had to literally go to the doctors this week because he has like a virus, and it's been a really stressful week for me. I don't want to talk about it, but these people, thank God, my family, like I'm Mexican, Indian, and Filipino. That's my nationality. I'm Mexican, Indian, and Filipino. Thank God my family, I have a big family. So yes, they did take away the SNAP, and yes, I'm going to have to probably work more, and my family is going to have to help me out more, and people I know and everything, everyone's going to have to put in more effort, and thank God I have people to do that for me or with me or help me. I'm blessed in that way, thank you God, because I am blessed with a ton of people who would never ever let me go without, and I love them for that. But there are mothers out there. There are single mothers with babies
Rising economic hardship. Many Americans are struggling with high food prices, rent increases, and low wages. So inflation has made basic groceries like milk, egg, bread, and vegetables to be much more expensive for families that are already living paycheck to paycheck. And the SNAP benefit has become a lifeline for survival for so many. So in several states, SNAP benefit productions and payment delays have left millions of Americans worried about their next meal. When all of these benefits shrink or come late, it directly affects the children, the elderly, and even the working poor. So the cry for help is not just emotional, it's a plea for food security in America. Food insecurity is not just about hunger, it's about human dignity. Many Americans feel ashamed that they cannot afford food despite working full-time jobs. And their call for SNAP is a call for fairness and asking why the system fails those who contribute for the economy but can't afford to eat well. SNAP often becomes a political battleground. So some politicians really push for cuts, claiming it encourages dependency, while others argue it's essential for social stability. So the poor outcry reflects a larger moral question. Should access to food depend on politics? Is a very big question. So America is one of the richest nations in the world, yet millions of Americans rely on SNAP to survive. The cry for benefits reveals inequality where the wealth gap widens. And the basic need for food becomes a struggle for the poor. My own summary on this is that the cry for SNAP benefits is not just about food stamps. It's about economic pressure, dignity, and justice, and it exposes the tension between abundance and access, and that challenges America to live up to the standard of fairness and care for all citizens of the United States of America. Let me get your thoughts on these. Don't forget, my name is Sandovas, and if it's your first time of coming here to my channel, do not forget to subscribe, share, like, drop your comments in the comment section, and turn on your notification bell so you keep getting heads up from me and update. With that being said, I will say credit belongs to the owners of these clips and stitches that will be attached to this video. Peace and love. Until my next one. Ciao.